Hello there everybody, this is General Snivy and welcome back to more of the Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts playthrough. Last time we began our adventure and I got the plot completely wrong. Turns out, because I was not paying attention to the freaking game at hand, here's what is actually going on. What I originally thought was L.O.G was bored and so he pitted Banjo and Grunty against each other for the lulz. But no, the actual plot is more like this. What's actually going on here is when Gruntilda showed her ugly freaking mug in front of Banjo, she and Banjo had a bit of an argument of figuring out who the hell is the true owner of Spiral Mountain. So, L.O.G wanted to be entertained, I guess, and also wanted to see the conflict go through and just... yeah. He wanted the conflict settled in a sense, but also wanted to be entertained as well. So as a result of this, he pitted Banjo and Grunty against each other to see who can get all the jiggies, or as many jiggies as possible, and all that jazz, just so whoever wins this sort of challenge will win ownership of Spiral Mountain as a whole. And that's the plot. So, of course, Banjo being the good guy he is, he has to stop Grunty the Witch before she gets all the jiggies. And that's the game, really. Okay. So as far as what we're going to be doing today, I haven't fully decided necessarily. I do want to make more progress when it comes to exploring more of Showdown Town, while also grabbing a few more jiggies and maybe even explore a new world today. So, this is going to be quite a fun time and a fun ride. So why don't we get to it? Oh, and before I began today's session, what I decided to do was I did create some more vehicles for preparing for today's session. Not because of the challenges themselves necessarily, but more or less to prepare myself for the road ahead. If you're wondering how many vehicles I made, I would pull them up, but I kind of need to get into a world first and foremost before I can give you a straight answer. Oh boy. I do wonder, though, can I do something about you? I guess not. Also, apologies for skipping the dialogue like that. Hello, Taz. Welcome to the stream. And yes, it's good to see you too. So if you're wondering what vehicles I made, I threw together a cage-like vehicle, an airplane, a sort of helicopter, which I call an APV, which is going to be short for an all-purpose vehicle. In fact, I may even show some of them off right now, because we just got some grenade eggs. And let me tell you something, grenade eggs are freaking awesome. So here are the vehicles I made. I made a vehicle called Cage Match, the APV All-Purpose Vehicle Mark 1, which is a helicopter, Banjo Pilot, which is an airplane, lol. And I also made a modification to the Trolley Boy, as well as the Meow. As far as any additional modifications, nothing else was really made or put together. So I figured I'd throw that out there. Alright, let's go ahead and add in the new parts now, shall we? Got weapons. So the grenade gun, how this works, it's a freaking grenade launcher. It is very, very powerful. But it also uses a fairly decent amount of ammo, too. But you do trade ammo capacity and usage for sheer firepower. Which, yeah, honestly, it is so worth it, at least in my opinion. So let's go ahead and save it. As far as any additional modifications, or any other vehicles I want to modify with the new grenade eggs, maybe I'll modify this real quick. This shouldn't take too long. Okay. Okay, let's test it just to make sure everything's going good. There we go. This is looking good. Whenever you make any sort of modifications to your vehicles, or just make new vehicles in general, it's always a good idea to test the vehicle to make sure it is operating at optimal capacity, as it is pretty easy to go overboard with the equipment and just other things in general, just to... not only just to please the almighty Lord of Games, but also just satisfy your own sanity, if you know what I mean. It also figures I did make these new vehicles, and of course I get brand new parts that I want to equip, and yet I can't really do that super quickly. By the way, if you're wondering what that fridge is, that is an actual weapon itself. As far as damage output of that particular weapon is concerned, I can't really say if it's really all that good. I never used it before, but it does sound pretty awesome. I mean, it's a literal refrigerator that shoots ice balls at people. And that's really all there is to it. Now then, as far as what I'm going to do now, like I mentioned previously, I do want to explore a little bit more of Showdown Town, maybe get a few more things, see if I can locate a few more notes. Not just that, but maybe even unlock some other things too along the way. We'll see. The whole reason why I want to get notes right now is because I want to finish buffing Banjo out the frickin' wazoo. So what's really interesting is, in the last session we did manage to buff up pretty much all of Banjo's stats except for one particular category. And I think it's known as stamina? Ooh, hello. I think this is a stop and swap part. And again, I could be wrong in that regard. Alright. Get back. I do like the aesthetic of this particular crate. Nice big old ice cube. I wonder if it's a reference to something. Okay. That was a stop and swap item. Just some flags. Not just any flags, but they're British flags for the United Kingdom. Neat. Damn it. Not what I wanted, dude. You know what? This is fine. I can work with this. Up we go! Perfect. That's what I wanted to do. I know there are some notes and there's also a crate over there, but I'm going to save them for just a little tiny bit. Okay, so much for that plan. I guess I'll go and get them now. Also, hello, Trap. Welcome to the stream. Glad you can make it. Okay, can we actually drive this stupid thing without crashing into everything every 2 seconds? That would be great. That's the thing about the driving in this game. Sometimes it can be a little bit janky. Oh, and another thing worth mentioning here, when it comes to vehicles and stuff and building them, if you have like a very wide, heavy load, sometimes you're going to be required to add additional wheels. So that's something to keep in mind. As far as how many wheels make a vehicle balanced, I have no idea. I am not a mechanic, so I don't have that particular piece of intel. I mean, this is a video game, and it's not meant to be 100% realistic, but even so. I wonder what this'll do. Okay. Okay. I think I understand what I need to do with that. It's like, where the hell did it go? So I think the idea... Whoa. Physics! What are those? Apparently this game does not know. Video game logic. And like I said, the physics in this game are really, really wonky. And that just adds on to the overall charm of the game. Those should have fallen over, and yet they didn't. That is a nice thing about the janky physics, is that even if... Okay. What I was originally thinking about that particular crane is wrong right now. That, unfortunately, has to be saved for later. Alright, what do we got this time? Armor. Protect project vehicle parts from major protect vehicle parts from major damage. Very heavy, so Bear needs lots of power. Pretty nice. We also got some more small engines, an ejector seat, and a boot in the box. Would like to know what this does. Although, I think this is one of those weapons that don't use ammo. Another pretty interesting tidbit here, when it comes to the pirate on the chest itself, I think it's supposed to be a reference to Captain Black Eye from Banjo Tooie? Maybe? Also, if you're wondering what the ejector seat does, well, upon pushing a button, Banjo will eject from his vehicle. Kind of like pushing the Y button, except the ejector seat will self-destruct your car. Pretty situation dependent when it comes to that particular thing, but even so, it might come in handy for certain events later down the line. For now, though, let's just keep moving. If I don't get stuck on everything every 2 seconds. Ooh, gimme, gimme, gimme. What's my current note count? I really should be paying more attention to these things. Also, yeah, I am aware of the crate being there, and trust me, I am going to be picking it up soon. In my honest opinion, when it comes to exploring Showdown Town, as soon as you gain access to the entire town, or at least a good chunk of it, with the high grip wheels and all, you should explore as much as you possibly can. Just so that way you can pick up all of the crates and as many notes as you possibly can. You never know what you may find. And also, the crates you pick up may contain some very, very useful items, especially for this point in the game. You never know. Future events may require certain parts, and if you don't have them, then you're going to be in a load of trouble. Speaking of things I need to take a look at, wonder what I can find over here. Funny enough, the other day when I was exploring this area, I did come across a couple of crates and also some notes, but I couldn't pick up everything because wonky physics. And also, I can't walk across tight ropes worth a damn. Excuse me. God, I hate walking across these tight ropes so much. You always feel like you never can get the right balance. Come on, get the fuck up there! It's just an inch! Jeez, what is up with this game? Need to get a little closer. God, I just want to jump straight up. Alright, that's fine. I can just drop these notes and get them in a little bit. Hopefully they don't despawn. You would think there would be something up here. After going all this... Go! God damn it. Of course that would happen. Only me. God damn it. I seriously hate these tight ropes so much. You can never move across them quickly enough, and they're a major pain in the ass. You also tend to fall off them far more often than you should. Just saying, that's not fun. Alright, let's head back on over and see if we can try that again. Why did I... God damn it! Apparently I can't jump on tight ropes, because lol. Seriously, screw these stupid things, I swear. I know I could just technically give up and come back another time, but I'd rather not do that, see? That's the thing. Oh my god. Why? Apparently I'm not allowed to take shortcuts, ever. I also hate the fact that I can't just climb up this freaking incline. Instead, I have to summon the stupid vehicle every time. Every single time. See what I mean? Well, thankfully, if you are close enough to a vehicle, you can easily just hop in by pushing the Y button. And the range of which you can do so is rather generous, which is pretty sweet. So if you're in a situation where you need to quickly get to your vehicle, sometimes mashing Y is a good way to go. Other than that, good luck. Alright, come on, let's get up here. Hopefully without falling flat on our face again. I don't want to go splish splash and take another frickin' bath. I do enough of that already. Swirling around in frickin' raw sewage. Just saying. There we go. Finally. What do we have up here? To be quite frank, I was kind of worried that was a steep slope, and I would have started sliding off the roof. That would have been disastrous. So worth it. Self-destruct. Okay, so this is what I was talking about earlier with the ejector seat. Apparently that was not what it does. It just ejects Banjo from the vehicle. More or less. I think it just ejects the seat part of the vehicle. As far as what the self-destruct does, it is very, very self-explanatory. Push a button and your vehicle goes boom. Excuse me. Again, it is situation dependent on how useful the thing actually is. To be quite honest, it's really only useful for events that involve your controls being taken away from you and you just launch your vehicle. Know what I mean? Hang on. I thought I saw something. But no, it was just my imagination. Ooh, what do we have? Ooh! Well, hey, freedom! Take me home, Banjo! My house is the same color as me, but I'm too stiff to walk there, so I'll need a ride. Don't take all day about it, or I'll end up back in jail. Alright, that shouldn't be too hard. Thankfully, his house is just around the corner. What's that? A jailbreak? Jinjo prisoners on the run! Keep your eyes peeled, you good-for-nothing bunch of layabouts! Well, that was a little rough. By the way, I think when it comes to taking the Jinjo home, you literally just pick them up and put them in your trolley. Don't worry, Boo, buddy. Why did I say Boo? Oh, you baby Boo. Looks like we're going for a swim. No, no, no. I wanted the vehicle. It went fine. Do this. This is fine. There we go. He's done. Home sweet home. The law can't touch me now, probably. Will you accept a small donation to your vehicle parts fund, Banjo? Sure, thanks. Run! An empty cell, that's just dandy. This is your fault, punk. You better find me a replacement prisoner. So after you rescue a Jinjo from their false imprisonment, you will need to find a Minjo in order to put them back in the cell of which you just opened. Of course, you don't have to do that immediately. You can do that throughout the course of your adventure. Even so, still something worth pointing out. Detacher. Yeah, the small taxi seat. Neat. I'm not exactly sure what the detacher does. But it does sound kind of interesting. I think when it came... apologies for not getting to this comment until just now, Taz, but... I think what Rare was going for when it comes to the character redesigns was exactly that. They were trying to keep in spirit with the original 3D models used in Banjo Kazooie and Banjo Tooie, respectively. But as a result of doing that for Nuts and Bolts, they made some rather questionable decisions when it comes to their designs. Thankfully, this was all rectified in Smash Ultimate, where Banjo is in his ultimate form. Am I right? Ah! Okay. That was piss poor. I apologize. Just trying to figure out if I can make this jump from here or not. Maybe I could if I had my vehicle? Or if I could fly? But that's just not happening. That is another thing I really love about this game, is there are multiple solutions to a single problem a lot of times. By the way, I think this castle here is supposed to be a representation of the one in Witchy World? No, it looks nothing like it. It might just be a different castle altogether. Eh. Even so. Still something worth pointing out. Hello? Can I get to this now? That would be awesome. Also, get used to swinging Kazooie's magical wrench around like a frickin' helicopter. Because you're going to be doing it a lot, trust me. I might have brought that up in the last session, but I feel like reiterating it regardless. This is where I saw a teleporter over here. Yeah, I did. Did I activate this last time? I did not. Neat. Alright, let's get our vehicle over here. I guess that's one thing worth mentioning too, is when it comes to finding the different Mumbo crates, they are clearly marked and identified with their designation number, like 10, 20, etc., etc. Why they're marked like that, I'm not too sure. I guess to help better track them. I'm surprised that worked. Like I said, multiple solutions to a problem. Sometimes you have to use the environment around you just to navigate the world. I also hear an evil laughter. Is that supposed to be a Minjo or something? Perhaps it is. Then again, it could be something else. Aha! It is a Minjo. Get over here, you little shit! There we go. Oh, for Pete's sake. Where are you? I wonder, can I teleport this thing? I probably can't, but I'll try it anyway. Although it doesn't really help if the Minjo falls off. Oh, for the love of Pete! You know what? Fuck it. Throw the cart parts over here. Okay, apparently I teleported one of the parts? No? Okay, where the hell did that little shit go? That's one thing I find annoying, is that if they're in the cover at night, they become a lot more difficult to find. Okay. I guess when it comes to... Okay, I got an idea. First, bring this over. Okay, there you are. Damn it! Gotta remember to come to a dead stop when dealing with transporting anything or putting them in a tray. Nice! Ah, new prisoner! I gotta admit, that was decent police work. Deserving of some recompense. You consider joining the force? Nah, not really. The reason? Well, you're kind of a jerk. Just saying. Also, I know I just got a few new achievements. Speaking of achievements, I haven't gotten every single one in this game, but I have gotten a large majority of them. There's one of the crates. As far as where the other went, I have no clue. No, stop. I wonder what happened to that other crate. Maybe it did teleport with the cart before, but regardless though, I hope it ain't lost forever. Nah. I think what happens is if you do end up losing a crate or a major collectible or something, all you have to do in order to get them to respawn again is just to leave the area and then go back. Once you do that, then the item will respawn back in its original spawn point. Perhaps that's how it works. Your guess is as good as mine. Okay. I think I know what I need to do now, or what I want to do now. That is return to the gym and finish our workout with Boggy, aka Father of the Year. Boom and boom. There we go. Alright, deed is done. Okay, that was definitely something, that's for sure. As far as what I'm going to do now, we're going to head to the next world. I know I said I wanted to explore more of Showdown Town, and to be fair, I have. We have explored it for nearly 40 minutes, so we might as well go ahead and start the new world, which we unlocked in the last session, or at least one of them, which is the Logbox 720. This is going to be fun. Let's head on in and get this party started. For Act 1, we got 2 Jiggies and just 2 challenges in general, along with 2 Jinjo tokens we need to find. Welcome to the world of the Xbox One, except it's shit. Just kidding. It's the Logbox 720. What's kind of hilarious is that this world is one of the more interactive worlds of the game. It's kind of like exploring the inner workings of your Xbox 360, except you're not making a JTAG or anything of that capacity. Just saying. Unfortunately, you can't really soft mod your Xbox 360 using this game, at least as far as I know. Then again, maybe you can, and I'm going completely nuts. Alright. Let's head on in and get started. Alright. First, give me the meow. Also, if you're wondering if I figured out how I can locate the Jinjos and stuff without running around like a blind bandit, well, I actually did figure it out. Also, those visual glitches that you see, they're a part of the game. It's not a glitch, it's a feature. Seriously, it is. That's what it's like exploring the Logbox 720. If you interact with certain pieces of the environment, it'll cause all kinds of weird oddities to happen. Come on, give me the thing, dude. Really so hard to give me these things? One other pretty cute little detail is that you may find literal bugs running around. You can't really kill them, but you can interact with them by smacking them upside the head. And that's really all you can do. Klungo break interwebby connection, stupid flimsy antenna. Now Klungo left soft locked with no interwebby. Funny enough, when I first played this game back on the Xbox 360, I had no internet whatsoever, so yeah, I'm right there with you. Another accident, Klungo? I suppose you were waiting for the Baron Bird to step in and fix things. True that. Thanks for offering. See heavy antenna? Bear... Yeah. Okay. Again, apologies for the text going by way too freaking fast. So this is going to be one of those transport missions, what we need to do. So we might as well get ourselves out the trolley boy and get to work. No, I want the thing! One thing I really wish I could do... Oh, damn. Is... Okay. I definitely need to go in a bit of a different direction here. Okay. Alright, so the objective here is pretty simple. We need to get the antenna up to the highest point in this level. Oh my god. That's not what I wanted to do, god damn it! Well, that didn't quite work. Why don't we try another vehicle? I think what went wrong there was the tray itself was a bit too big, so let's try the APV. I know it's technically a helicopter, which, for a challenge like this should be fine. By the way, if you're wondering how you control a helicopter, or just something like that in general, it's kind of like flying an airplane. Ow. That was unexpected. Now that I think about it, a helicopter would be perfect for this challenge. A helicopter transport-like vehicle. All done. Why didn't I just do that earlier? I'm an idiot. That's why. Not really. I just was not thinking, is all. The intro will be back up in super fast time. Better probably beat IT record. Get lots of prizes. Thanks, Klungo. That's the whole reason why the APV is a thing. It's an all-purpose vehicle. It's designed for all purposes in mind. I don't know why I can't turn this stupid thing while on the spinning disc. Speaking of spinning discs, these are references themselves to a bunch of different rare properties, including the Mr. Pants game that was originally released on the Game Boy Advance, except it was turned into an Xbox disc. Speaking of other Xbox discs, there's also one for Banjo Kazooie and Banjo Tooie, which I believe these are supposed to be in reference to the 360 versions of Banjo Kazooie and Banjo Tooie, respectively. So, that's something worth mentioning. I know that I just drove right by the second challenge. Oh, no. Son of a bitch. As I was saying, I know I just drove by the second challenge not that long ago, but I wanted to go this way first before activating the next challenge. In fact, son of a bitch! I wanted the note, not the frickin' bug! This world will be better without bugs. I probably misquoted that, but you get the idea. Maybe this vehicle needs some additional wheels in order for it to turn better. Excuse me. That's fine. Okay. Drop, please. God, I hate the physics in this game sometimes, I swear. They're just out to get me. By the way, when it comes to driving around, as you can see, despite the wonky physics sometimes, you do have to take your time in order to master the frickin' finicky driving controls. They are super tight, but it's not like in real life where you have some leeway when it comes to driving your cars. Just saying. Also glitches. Ain't they fun? Don't mind me. Eyes broken. I need to go on school because English is too hard. It's too much hard. Well, that was rather disappointing. Okay, not quite what I expected. But hey, whatever works, I guess. Also, I know I just realized that we just drove over the Viva Pinata disc. That was an actual game that was released on Xbox 360. Haven't played it myself, and I have no interest in it. So, if you're wondering if I'm gonna play that, the answer is no. If I do play it in the future, it'll probably be on my own first. Just to see if I could get into something like that. But I don't think I'm going to. Just because something like that just does not interest me. Oh dear. I knew that was not gonna end well. Well, that's a problem. By the way, if your vehicle is flipped over and you're able to hold it in the air with the right trigger, if you push the left trigger while you're holding said object, you'll be able to flip it around a little bit. Come on, game! Stop it! And just after I saved it, too. Didn't realize it was gonna be sent flying up to the frickin' stratosphere. Damn it! So another thing you may be wondering, what kind of vehicle would be useful for a place like this? Well, land vehicles are always useful, obviously. Airplanes, I don't think are going to be the most useful things around. Helicopters, on the other hand, yeah, they may come in handy in more ways than one. I've clearly demonstrated that already. As far as my opinion on what the best overall vehicle is in the entire game, in my opinion, that has to be a helicopter. Helicopters are super versatile. Airplanes are more of a specialty, if anything else. Where's my team? FYI. Where's my team? FYI. If they don't report in prompto, they'll be caught by the console's firewall. You could have warned them about it, Hogface. You're a real swine to your tech guys. I don't waste my time dealing with no lower ranked workers. Everybody's replaceable. Wow, that sounds like every company under the sun. My techlings are gonna need rescuing before they're zapped. Idiots, the firewall will toast them. But you'll need a vehicle with passenger seats if you're gonna drive everybody to the access hatch. Don't strain yourself, Porky. We'll go around and round them up. Alright. This is a player's choice game. You can choose any blueprints you created to play the game. I already knew that. So thank you, I guess. I wonder how many passengers there are. That's the question. Well, I guess I'll find out once I actually start the game. I'm gonna say there's 3. Looks like there's 2 of them. Okay, I was not 100% sure if I had the seats required for this challenge. So in order to pick up a passenger, you just have to drive or fly right by them, so long as you have a passenger seat in your vehicle. Once you get them in your vehicle, or get them to come to your vehicle, they'll hop in. They should hop in automatically. Just be careful when carrying them around, as it is possible for them to fall out, although the chances of them falling out are relatively slim. Still, it is something worth mentioning. Well done. Pretty simple challenge thanks to the helicopter being OPAF. Okay. That was easy enough. See? That's how it's done. I give an order, you jump to it. You get reward. You get reward. Those other dunces get a month's suspension. Jesus, dude. Talk about going extreme. Am I right? Alright, let's see if I can find anything else before we head out of this act. Aha, as I thought. One other pretty interesting thing about building vehicles in this game is you can make a literal box and surround the cockpit with nothing but boxes. And yet you'll still be able to just hop inside and drive the box around if you so wish. I don't know why. Perhaps video game logic? I don't know. I don't know the reason behind it, and to be quite frank, I don't care. I'm happy that it's a thing, as it does make things a hell of a lot easier when it comes to navigation. Oh, god damn it. Well, that's not good. Ooh, what do we have up here? Again, I would love to drive forward. There is one thing worth mentioning, and that is, depending on how you build these vehicles like helicopters and whatnot, you might have a little bit of a hard time turning. There may be a way you can readjust the ergodynamics of the vehicle, that way you can get better handling. Then again, maybe I'm using the wrong parts and everything is just way too freaking chunky and heavy. Maybe that's the reason why I can't drive this stupid thing on the ground. I mean, it's a helicopter, it's meant to be flown in the air. No. Hey, let's go for a swim. What's kind of hilarious is that you can just drive or swim around down here if you so wish. In fact, now that I think about it, I think there's a challenge that involves swimming through this entire gauntlet. And you have to do so before you drown. If you're wondering why I'm swimming through here right now, I want to see if there's any notes or something down here, because this game loves throwing in random, it loves doing that. Hiding random notes in the most random of locations possible. What's worse is, if you happen to drown in the middle of a challenge, then, yeah, it's game over. You lose the challenge. Simple as that. But when it comes to just note collecting in general, so long as you grab the notes, it does stay collected forever. So that is a nice thing, worth mentioning. Speaking of nice things worth mentioning, if you're playing this game and read through many of the different loading screens, eventually it will ask you, if you're not liking this game, then why not play and purchase Banjo Kazooie or Banjo Tooie on Xbox 360? It's as if the developers of this game were self-aware that fans were not going to be very happy with the way this game is. It's kind of sad. But also funny, too, how self-aware Rare is. Gotta love it, am I right? Hey, I think that's all the notes down here. Time to drown and die. Kinda strange that I'm not dying right now. How am I not drowning? Oh, there we go. Okay. More video game logic stuff that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I don't care. I think we're done exploring this area for now. Okay. Now that that's done, let's go ahead into Act 2. Already collected 133 out of 200 notes. Neat. Anywho, for Act 2, we got 2 more challenges and 2 Jinjo tokens to find. Which, again, I haven't found any in the Logbox 720 yet. And I was going to mention that I did figure out how I'm going to go about finding them. Later on in the game, we'll be able to get our hands on a rather unique part, which will make finding the Jinjos a hell of a lot easier. So, how exactly? Well, when we get to that point, you'll find out and see what I mean. How the hell did it do that? Too many challengers for Humba Super Alt Girl Gaming Clan. Race held to prove best hand-eye coordination. Banjo join in? Okay, sure. If you like, is there an all-boys gaming clan too? What kind of response is that? Beat amateur competitors in Chips Away Grand Prix and Humba let Banjo play against, the Sandman. Zooey, I got this weird feeling it's about something. Feminism? Who knows? So, for this challenge, this is a Log's Choice challenge, so we're gonna have to use the vehicle we're provided. It stinks, but it is what it is. And thankfully, this is just a simple race to the finish. So if you're wondering how you get the trophy for this, you just have to finish in a faster time and you have to win. At least I'm pretty sure that's how it works. It doesn't really help if the environment gets blown to smithereens. Also, hi, Jinjo. I think. Dude, get out of my way! You could... Oh my god, seriously? Bugger off. Alright, screw this. Let's... No! Oh my god, I want to restart! How hard is it to select restart? You gotta love how the environment sometimes screws you over, along with your opponents. The hell is up with Klunga there? I guess he really hates bugs. Can't say I blame him, I don't like bugs either. Especially the technical ones, they are the freaking worst. Oh my god, seriously. Fuck off, dude! I love getting screwed over by my opponents. If you get pushed into a wall, you're just pretty much done. There is no recovery. Oh, fuck off, Klungo, you piece of shit! I really hate how these vehicles are designed. Seriously, they are the frickin' worst. I get the fact that they're supposed to be like high-rise vehicles and whatnot, but even so, these are just very poorly designed. At least in my opinion. We'll be able to make our own vehicles like this later down the line, but for now, we just gotta figure out a way to win this shit. which, thankfully, that's not too hard once you get in front of your opponents. I mean, that goes with any race ever, but... Oh, I thought I just missed that. As I was saying, once you get in front of everyone, then the race is essentially won. Keyword is essentially. That doesn't mean you can let your guard down. You need to keep your foot on the gas pedal at all times. And no, I'm not trying to be funny. Just stating the obvious facts. Let go of the accelerator, then you're pretty much toast. How many laps are there for this course? Oh, okay, never mind. It's done. Phew! There we go. That took way too many attempts. But hey, at least I found a Jinjo. Wumba, what the hell did you do? She just tilted forward. Or no, she just stood on her head for a minute. And just rotated back in the T-pose? I do not understand this game at all in any sense of the word. Oh boy, that was peculiar. Well, anyway. I know I saw a Jinjo somewhere over here. Either over here... No. It's over on the other side, of course. I think. Yep, there he is. So once I get my hands on a certain part that helps with the... Ow! Screw you, dude! As I was saying, before I got rudely interrupted. Once I get my hands on a certain part to help locate Jinjos more easily, then I'll actually be able to start hunting these guys down. Jinjo combat. This'll be interesting. Jolly good! A playmate! There ain't too many around here. Let's butt heads, old fruit! Last gentleman or lady remaining in the combat zone is the winner. So it's like a game of sumo wrestling. So we're gonna need something that is super strong. Something like this. Why don't we give it a go? And again, I probably chose the wrong vehicle because this son bitch is way too wide. Yeah, that was stupid. Let's change vehicles. Why don't we try this one? By the way, for the Jinjo combat missions, or challenges rather, I don't think shooting them will affect anything whatsoever. By the way, in order to get this to work properly, you do need to manipulate the laws of physics. We may need to make a new vehicle altogether. I didn't even think about that. Okay, not that one. Maybe I'll use one of these pre-built vehicles for now. Let's give it a try. What's the worst that can happen? Technically, it's supposed to be a tank and whatnot, but it is more so built for combat, which is what this challenge is all about. Speaking of challenge, oh my god, go! God damn it! I almost had him that time. As I was saying, when it comes to this particular challenge, or just any of these challenges in general that involve pushing your opponent out of the ring, you do have a pretty tight time limit. Oh my god, seriously? All because I missed. All because I missed. Okay, this is probably not working out too well. Some of these challenges can be pretty damn difficult, especially if you don't have the right vehicle for the right situation. Also, shooting them, or just shooting a Jinjo during Jinjo combat, yeah, it doesn't do shit, so don't even waste your ammo. I say, you're a slippery one and no mistake. Fair's fair, you win. Somehow. I don't understand how that worked. Oh, whatever, I don't care. I win. Alright, on to the next challenge. Can I turn this stupid thing, please? That would be great. Hello there, Bottles. What do you want, buddy? Dumb and Dimmer. Hell's this? I need to carry out maintenance work to make this console run at 1000 gigaflops, but the brightness level is hurting my eyes. He wears magnifying glasses stuck to his face and wonders why he's short-sighted. Sounds more like grunt work for us, Banjo. Yeah, it kind of blows, but it is what it is. The brightness control unit are set way too high. I'm getting a migraine. I can't work in these conditions. Stop making excuses, geek boy. Maybe you're just incompetent. Don't be cruel. Use a wrench to fix the lighting and I can get the console running at maximum speed. And, yeah, another Log's Choice mission. Well, this is gonna be fun. But hey, if you haven't made a helicopter up to this point, this is technically your first experience using said helicopter. And it also showcases how useful helicopters can be. Alright, on to the next one. Come on, turn, you stupid piece of shit! Ow. Just getting to the stupid things is what's taking so long. Well, there goes the thing. Alright, no big deal. We can just drop. Thankfully, when it comes to the durability of these vehicles, they are some of the most durable things I've ever seen in my life. Ow. You can smash them and crash them as much as you want. And yet, they will remain standing, even if you drop them from a great height. Just saying. All done. Fast work, Banjo. That leaves me plenty of time for some intense tinkering. Hold on to your prizes and stand well back. Thanks, buddy. I don't think there's really much of anything else I can do right now. And I think I've gotten a large majority of the notes since Act 1. By the way, you may have noticed the different interactable objects that you could technically mess with, but I don't think they become active until you initiate challenges that involve them in some capacity. So that's something to keep in mind. I'm not sure if there's any other notes in this act that I missed. Now that I think about it, maybe notes appear in all acts, and yet I haven't found every single one of them. Okay, that was poorly explained. What I was trying to say is, I think notes appear in all acts regardless of which one you choose? I could be wrong, but maybe that's how it works. Well, regardless, I think we're done with this act for now. We'll definitely be back again to find the last Jinjo challenge. I got an idea. I want to get that crate, which that shouldn't be too hard to do if I play physics correctly. Are you serious? Dude, you could have grabbed on! Screw this game. Am I right? Okay. Let me back up a little. That's not what I wanted, game! I wish I could select different objects that I want to grab. Maybe you can, and I just don't remember how. That wouldn't surprise me in the least bit. Oh, damn it! I slipped off again! This should not be taking this long. A simple-ass solution, and yet I can't rotate the stupid thing! I mean, I can, but not in the direction I want. Stop! Come on, climb up, you piece of shit! Oh! Oh! And all that trouble for nothing. God damn it. Apologies for the waste of time. It looked like a crate I could grab right then and there, but unfortunately, as we got closer, yeah, that was just not the case. God damn it. Okay. Let's head back to the center of town. Excuse me. I definitely need a drink after that. That's for sure. Ooh. Uminaka! Bear played good, so Momo gives special award for new vehicle parts. Momo put following parts in garage parts store, so Bear can use them with Momo's motors to build better vehicles. Neat. So we got some more standard wheels, another medium engine, 2 more standard wings, 4 bumpers, some light items, and that's it. And you're doing good, so Humba gives special award to new blueprints. Ooh, thank you. Humba Heavy and Humba Light. That's neat. Just get delivery, now have new vehicle parts and vehicle blueprints. Coolio. Alright, let's see what you got this time. Medium fuel? Hell yes. Give me everything you got. I'll take your entire stock. There we go. That's everything. Perfect. And we just barely had enough for everything, too. I'm okay with that. I honestly am. Okay. Seriously, did that Jiggy just go through the trolley, or am I going insane? I swear, the physics in this game just do not make any sort of sense whatsoever. And I thought they were funky in the original Banjo Kazooie. And I speedrun that game, goddammit! Like, seriously, what the actual flip? Dude, get out of my way! I knew I felt a burp or something coming on, but I couldn't quite tell what it was exactly. Ooh, grunty time! Let's see what she's got in store for us. What kind of evil scheme is she cooking up this time? Only one way to find out. And funny enough, I think she's at the very top of the level. Ow. Not quite what I was expecting. But then again, it is pretty difficult to see around here. Okay, Grunty, what you got for us this time? Porky Bear needs to move a lot quicker to stop the grumbling being used as cat litter. What's Jarhead on about now, Banjo? I'm bored of listening. Sounds like Grunty sent her flea-ridden sidekick Piddles to leave a surprise in the tank and pollute the glubber. But then Bowles will have to shut down the console, and that means more of his endless moaning. Let's stop it while we can. I'll give you a chance since I'm no gloater. Race me to stop Piddles leaving a floater. Huh. If we beat her in a race, she'll call off the plan and leave? So she says. I was in a similar situation once before, a long time ago with a genie and a giant pig. Is that a reference to Project Dream? I guess we need to win this arbitrary race to evict Grunty and her dirty pet. Thankfully, this is more of a land race, or land, what? I meant to say this is more of a land race than a boat race, even though Grunty is in a boat herself. Just saying. Why don't we start the game? Of course, considering that Grunty is an evil witch, she's not exactly going to be playing nice. So her grunt bots are going to be kind of getting in the way here. So be on the lookout for them as you race around at the speed of sound. Did I just make an unintentional rhyme? If I did, sweet. Dude, drive. Oh, okay. Apparently she's packing heat! I should have expected as much. She is an evil witch who's willing to do pretty much anything to get in her way. Stupid environment pieces, I swear. That was easy. 54 seconds, not bad at all. My plan's destroyed! You're in the top rank! This cat's worse than Klungo if I'm being frank. Ooh, floaters. Buoyant rubber rings make vehicle float. Bear can press button to deflate and inflate ring. Nice! So now we'll be able to traverse across the water on our trolley without too much trouble. Neat. Ah, you thwarted Grunty and Misty and its Logbox 720. See. Her floater blocks are now yours. I've equipped them to your trolley so that you can navigate stretches of water. Enjoy the exploration. You know what would be nice? Being able to fly. Just saying. Ah, here we go. Looks like we got another box I can grab. This time I'll actually be able to do so. Okay, let's actually try this stupid crap again. Hopefully this time things go infinitely better. Son of a bitch. No, stop. That worked. I said it worked. God damn it! It worked, but unfortunately I was just too damn slow and of course it fell over. So stupid, I swear. Again, I would love to have a little bit more precision when it comes to rotating this stupid thing. It also helps if I don't get stuck under the stupid thing. Ah, there we go. Perfect. Yay! Finally, I can claim my frickin' prize. Jesus, what a pain. You know, I should have just taken the ramp back. Whatever, no big deal. Okay. This'll be a fun little transport. You would think carrying both Jiggies and Mumbo crates are a bad idea. And under normal circumstances, yes, that is the case. That is a very bad idea. Especially when you're carrying a lot of either object. Just saying. Dude, let me talk to you. Dude, come on! I want to talk. Not that hard. There we go. So, our reward this time are sticky ball and small ammo. If you're wondering what a sticky ball does, well, you fire it and it sticks to an object. It could be an enemy or it could just be anything in general. I think the only thing about them is that they don't work against the Jinjos. That would make sense considering they are organic, even though they don't look it, considering the game's graphics and art style. Just saying, they are organic creatures. As creepy as they look. Just saying. What do we got over here? Another jailbreak. Neat. Okay, that's not too bad. I'm pretty sure the dialogue is the same when it comes to freeing the Jinjos, no matter what. What's kind of hilarious is that freeing the Jinjos and doing things like that is technically a callback to the first Banjo Kazooie, where you're quote-unquote freeing the Jinjos from Grunty's grasp. Just saying. Even though, in that game, the Jinjos were standing out in the open. Ah, oh, god damn it. I thought I had just enough height to grab onto the frickin' ledge. Just need a little more height, damn it! Only problem about climbing this stupid thing is the frickin'... I keep bonking my damn head! You would think those vines would be climbable. I mean, they're screaming, "Hey, climb me, you doofus!" But unfortunately, you can't climb them in this game. It's stupid. It makes no frickin' sense whatsoever. Okay, you over here now. Hello, what do we have over here? This is a rather unique object. Psst, over here, big fella. I used to be Jolly Roger, but now I'm Jolly Dodger. I'm a little bit dodgy these days. Have a look at my finest black market jiggies. Ooh, but keep it quiet. Okay, so this is rather interesting. Mysterious glow. It's a mysterious jiggy that glows. What do you mean it looks the same as any other jiggy? Okay. Ah, I see. Funny enough, when it comes to meeting up with Jolly quote-unquote Dodger, and no, his name is not Roger. No, that honor belongs to the best man alive, Roger Craigsmith. Just kidding. I was like, did the Jinjo fall out of my trolley or something, or am I going nuts? Maybe he did temporarily? I have no clue. Well then. What was I saying before? Okay. Ooh, thank you. Thank you for the notes, my friend. Now comes the part of finding the Minjo replacement. As far as where that little bugger is, I have no idea. Oh man, hey, life just swell. Oh yeah, when dealing with a Jolly Dodger, the more jiggies you buy, I believe the more expensive they'll become. Then again, I think as long as you buy the most expensive jiggies, it will gradually get cheaper and cheaper. So if you happen to have the notes, then by all means splurge on the jiggies. I'm not exactly sure how many jiggies he has in total, as I never gotten every single jiggy that he owns. In fact, I don't think I ever found him during any of my playthroughs I've done in this game. In fact, now that I think about it, I think I've only done like one playthrough of the whole game altogether. Which really goes to show that, yeah, I've not played this game nearly as often as any of the other games in the series. And I have not played Grunty's Revenge. Just saying. Although I would rather play that than this. Excuse me. Ooh, new level has opened up for Klungo Saves to World. Neat. We'll worry about the rest of the levels later. Oh, and by the way, the fuzz are out. After you collect a certain number of jiggies in the game, then the police chief will start sending out more and more police forces after you. So that's something worth mentioning. If you happen to mess with the citizens too much, then I think the police will just start coming after you. Another thing, too, is... correct me if I'm wrong here, but... what was I gonna say? Dang it, I done forgot. Oh yeah, if you happen to attack the police immediately, they will start coming after you, like it's frickin' BTA. Except unlike BTA, where they'll start throwing down armed forces at you to try and stop you and kill you, no, here they'll just try to ram your ass, and maybe even shoot at you, depending on what they have up their arsenal. But you can't die in this game, hello? I mean, you can get temporarily knocked out, but it's not like you get locked up in prison and lose all your shit. No, 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 no. That's not how it works here. Hey, that's not how it works, Charlie. Why did I say that? I don't know. Don't mind me. I'm going a bit cuckoo crazy right now. Excuse me. By the way, if you're wondering if there's anything we can do with the floaters right now, I don't think there's much that we can do at the moment. I was thinking about doing Nutty Acres Act 4, but I think it would be a better idea for me to do Banjo Land next. And the reason why is because there's going to be another Grunty fight in this level somewhere. I believe it will be Act 3, just like the others. Even so, let's head into Banjo Land, aka the level that's full of frickin' Banjo fan service. This'll be fun. Welcome to Banjo Land. As far as my favorite world in this game, I can't really say which one it is. Also, I just realized this is a parody of the Love Boat. Kind of unfitting for a place like this, but then again, maybe it's perfectly fitting and I have very poor tastes. You know what, I'm an old man if I know what the Love Boat is. It's one of the oldest TV shows on television. I do know that it ended a long, long time ago, but just saying. Okay. Maybe driving around the Banjo Pilot airplane would be a better choice here. So one really nice thing about Banjoland, unlike the Logbox 720, is there are information kiosks scattered throughout, describing the different pieces of Banjo's history throughout Banjo Kazooie and Banjo Tooie, respectively. So if you want to learn a bit about some Banjo trivia, also, I think that's the exact same model used for Banjo Tooie when showcasing the submarine. So that's neat. Might as well destroy more priceless artifacts now, shall we? I'm kidding, of course. So as far as what kind of fan service you can find here, well, one of those things being Clanker and just... In fact, now that I think about it, the music in this place is a pretty big mashup of all the different themes of all the different worlds you explored in the first 2 games. Ahoy, Banjo! Clanker here has found himself in hot water. He can help a salty sea hippo stand up for his holy old sake? Is that... Yeah, for his hoary old mate. Good lord. You gotta love the text speed, am I right? Doesn't look like Clanker is in much of a position to stand up for himself. No, and those thieving grunt bots be after his eyes. He won't give in until they have him. So this is going to be a heavy combat-based mission. So, time to break out the meow. Be careful, Meow Ghana. The hell is that all about? Okay. So, I believe in order to finish this mission and get the trophy, we just need to take out all the grunt bots without them stealing the eyes. You can play defense if you want. Okay, that's one down. By the way, if both eyes are lost, then obviously it's a mission failed. We'll get him next time. I don't think friendly fire's a thing, so that's something to keep in mind. Might be a better idea to get out of the vehicle and just attack him on foot. If you happen to have high enough stamina and stuff, then yeah, that could work. Then again, maybe not. God damn it, I was so close, I almost had it! Well, at least we got the Jiggy. Still, we're gonna need to do it again because we were off just by 2 or 3 seconds. Hang it, man! Alright. Why don't we choose a different vehicle? Maybe... Okay, screw it. I was debating of whether or not to create a brand new vehicle specifically made for combat. More or less ground combat. Then again, maybe it's a better idea to just attack on foot. You know what would be super useful to have here? A turret I can actually hop into while in a vehicle and just play as if I was playing a tower defense game. Yeah, I'm probably going to need to modify this vehicle a bit. Because the problem is my guns are too high. If anything, I may need to bring the guns down. Another thing I kind of noticed as well is... Shoot, what was I going to say? Damn it, I done forgot. Okay, let's go ahead and make the modifications. The thing about modifying this particular vehicle right here is I don't want to... shoot. I don't even remember what I was going to say now, damn it! Okay, let me make sure this thing isn't going to be dragging across the ground. Okay, this should be fine. The weapons are technically lower to the ground, except for the refrigerator. That I may need to bring that one down. There we go. I accidentally left without saving the modifications. Damn it! Ah! I hate the controls of this thing sometimes! Okay. Okay, that's fine. So I guess one nice thing about saving modifications to vehicles is if you do accidentally leave without saving, so long as you haven't switched vehicles, then you should still be fine. So long as you don't change vehicles after making modifications and failing to save, you're good. I just repeated myself. Shoot. Alright, where the hell are these things? Oh, there they are. I wish they'd show up on radar. That would be super handy. Ow. Seriously, dude? Come on. Oh yeah, the other thing I was going to mention was, I noticed that the sound just disappears randomly throughout this mission. I don't know why. It just does. Yeah, another thing I really find annoying about this mission is just driving on Clanker himself. It is just an absolute pain. God damn it. Failed again. I feel like another problem too when it comes to this mission is that the enemies just do not spawn soon enough. I have no idea where the hell they spawn. They just appear. Okay, there we go. Well, at least I got a general idea where the hell they are. By the way, another thing worth mentioning here is that it is technically possible to get away with using nothing but pre-made vehicles if you don't have the creative mind to try and make something yourself. Oh, are you serious, bro? By the way, if you're wondering if it's a better idea to go with raw power versus fire rate, it solely depends on the situation. Sometimes it's a better idea to go with raw power, and other times rapid fire is the way to go. Did I win? Yes, I did. Barely, but I did it. Phew. Nice way to finish it off. Okay. Well, that was definitely something. A bit of a disaster, if I do say so myself. But hey, at least the deed is done. Yay! Ooh, hello. We have ourselves another Jinjo challenge. Ow. What we got here? I came here to voice my Banjo combat challenge across the land. All who approach me must stand and fight if they don't mind. I don't mind myself, but others may disagree. You, my nemesis, try to push me out of the arena. I'll be pushing right back, so brace yourself. Alright. I think I got some new parts to add to this thing. Yep, an additional engine. Perfect. Okay, how about fuel? Yep, medium fuel. Perfect. Okay, as far as anything else worth adding here... I mean, I could add a self-destruct if I want. But really, what's the point in doing that? Oh, and by the way, the air cushion, what these act like? You can create your own hovercraft with these things. Neat. It's like driving your own boat, but not quite. Okay. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and save the cage match. By the way, I think you can technically change the name of your custom vehicle if you can change the name of your custom vehicle after you finish making the modifications and stuff, if you so wish. Oh my god, seriously? You little shit! I got an idea. Well, that didn't quite work. Why don't we try that again? This time, hopefully everything will go better. I think another problem with this particular vehicle and just the arena... Or no. The problem with this... Damn it! What I'm trying to say is the problem with this vehicle design is the arena itself. Because of the fact that we have to deal with slopes and shit, the Jinjo can very, very easily get underneath or just screw you over completely. Okay, that's one way of winning. Toppled from glory. That's harsh, but a champion is a champion. Unless that champion cheats, in which case that's not really a champion. It's a dirty, stinking cheetah. Just saying. Oh, dude, come on. Bugger off. Wait. Man, I love flying vehicles so much. Banjo, it's a health and safety catastrophe. George has been sleep sliding again, and he's wound up in the desert area. We need to mount a rescue operation pronto. I can't even count the number of exhibit guidelines being broken. Well, that doesn't sound good. George can't send his final hours into solitude if he's not reunited with the... Wait, I thought he was dead. Oh, okay. Sounds like this is a Log's... Yep, it is. A Log's Choice Challenge. Great. This is gonna be interesting. Excuse me. So when it comes to this particular challenge, your target's health is going to be decreasing over time so long as he's in the desert area. So, yeah, let's try to get him up here as quickly as we can. Come on, turn, you piece of shit! By the way, when it comes to the turning angle, you really, really need to approach it straight on. If you don't, you're just not going to have a good time. Okay. That's fine, I can pick it up later. No big deal. Alright, let's... Yep. Come on, turn! Okay, cool. I'll turn, you piece of shit. God, I hate these slopes so much. I also hate the way this vehicle is designed. Alright, just gotta take it slow. But not too slow. Come on, just a little bit further. Just ran out of time, god damn it. Just by 1 second. 1 second. Alright. Let's give it another try. Maybe the reason why I missed out on the trophy is just because I tried to grab the note that was here. Perhaps you should just ignore the notes while you're doing these challenges. If you can grab them, great. If you can't, then you can't. Oh my god. This is flip. No, don't you dare fall. I also kicked my tower. This vehicle is not made for pushing. Phew, okay. Much better. Spot on! What's so spot on is that poor Biles is hidden now. He has become the ice. Okay, not really. You gotta love them camera angles sometimes, am I right? Just saying. Now then, before we continue, there is the matter of that rogue note that I keep missing. Might as well see if I can grab it. Perfect. All that for one note. Is it worth it? Yes. It's always worth it. Just like L'Oreal. You would think there would be something over here. For some reason I was thinking that the engines were overheating on the plane. God, I hate grabbing these notes sometimes, I swear. So janky. What I mean about jankiness? Oh. So, as I mentioned previously, when it comes to the music in this world, it is one big compilation of a bunch of different songs remixed into this world. The, shit. The shit? Lol. What? Oh, oh boy. I don't know why I can't speak today. I don't know what's up with me. It's like these thoughts are racing into my head, and yet I can't get them out. If I try, then things are just gonna go belly up super quick. And things get incredibly awkward as a result. I was gonna say something else about the music, and now I can't remember what it is. Damn it! I swear, I feel like I have the memory of a goldfish. Psst, over here! Bear want to join Klongo's secret racing club? Must be Klongo's best time first. Wanna try? That sounds like fun. We're always up for a challenge. What's the big secret anyway? Boss Ball's not let staff race around museum too much. Okay. Yeah, this place is a building with priceless artifacts. Makes sense. Okay. So if we beat his record, then we win our prize. Got it. And thankfully we can choose our vehicle. So that's nice. View against the clock in a land-based time trial around the museum. You need a vehicle that's fast and nimble if you hope to succeed. Okay. I thought about breaking out my airplane, the Banjo Pilot. But, then again, that's probably not a good vehicle choice for this challenge. As mentioned... as mentioned before, you need to focus mainly on land. You need to stay on the ground. Good Lord above. Why can't I speak today? Oh my god. How? How did that not count? That's a load of bullshit. Oh, you gotta love the turning in this game. So rough, it hurts. By the way, you will have to be manipulating the physics a lot if you want to even have a chance of succeeding. Just saying. Maybe the airplane would be a better choice for this. Oh my god, rotate! Wow, I probably missed out on the trophy now just because of that blunder. And again, I blundered a few times earlier. just picking up rogue notes, even though I shouldn't be doing that during a challenge. But I can't really help myself when it comes to things like that. I'm on turn! Damn it! Just ran out of time by another goddamn second! In fact, it might have been a frickin' fraction of a second. Yeah, I lost the trophy just because of bullshit. And really, it was just bad movement. Ow. Restart. And I wish there was an instant restart button. That would be super nice, but no. Such a thing doesn't exist. I swear if that didn't count, I was gonna be really upset. Just like that. I am depressed. You gotta love pushing around these random objects. Oh my god. Clanker, why do you have to be such an ass? You and your pointless existence. Just kidding. He's not pointless. He exists for a reason. And I guess his existence is solely to piss me off. Alright, penguins, stay out of my way this time. Thank you. It's funny how I said that and one got in my way at the last moment. Oh, turn, you piece of shit. Hey. Thankfully, we should get the trophy nice and easy this time. There we go. Much better. Hello, Super Colex. Welcome to the stream. Glad you can make it. At least you made it all together. So, that's fine. It's totally fine. You know, for whatever reason, when it comes to looking at these guys that are just sitting around in the stand, I'm getting some serious Shrek vibes. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about, there's a scene where Donkey and Shrek first arrive at what's the name of that place? It's not Gulag. Hell no! Duloc? Well, regardless. At that particular moment, Donkey pulls a switch and a song plays, which is kind of hilarious if you think about it. Did the game seriously just freeze for a moment? Ow. All because of that. So dumb. I swear. Is this ship supposed to be a representation of Rusty Bucket Bay? Seriously, no one likes Rusty Bucket Bay. Ask anyone who has played this game ever. Just saying. Rusty Bucket Bay is a load of wank. Okay. Looks like we're pretty much done when it comes to the challenges here for now. Ah, so I hear. Then again, I know I've heard about a Puss in Boots movie in the works, too. Wonder what we got in here. Ooh. Oh, and by the way, when it comes to this igloo, you can whack it and just destroy the entire structure in one fell swoop. If you're feeling feisty. Yeah, let's not destroy more priceless artifacts, huh? Man, I love doing that. Ooh, hello. Jinjo challenge. what we got. Hey, you look fast. I don't know why you just do. Does it matter? Let's play a game. You don't need a reason for that. Actually, I kind of do need a reason. Go on, show me what can crack the speed shown on your speedometer, and I'll give you a prize. Oh, yes. I wonder what this prize is. Why don't we try the airplane? Probably not going to be what I'm looking for, but let's give it a go anyway. Okay then, that was easy. I knew you were fast! I can sense racing potential a mile away! I like some kind of speed, psychic. Here's your prize. More awkward dialogue. That's just the best. Okay, let's take another look around and see what else I can find. You would think there would be more notes around here. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe I should take a look at the statistics of this place. Let's see, 140 notes out of 200. And as far as this act is concerned, yep, I got both the Jinjos here. Neat. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. The second Puss in Boots movie. I haven't seen the first one, though. Okay. Let's see what Act 2 has on offer for Banjo Land. 2 challenges, 2 trophies, 3 Jinjos, and of course, we still have 60 more notes to find. This is going to be quite interesting. One thing I do find super annoying is when you spawn in a new world, you have to change to your preferred vehicle every time. For whatever baffling reason, you always spawn in your trolley. It's dumb. And it's also super annoying too. Roll up, roll up! Who wants to take on the Stony Kickball Challenge? Here there, Slim. Fancy knocking a ball around. And I have to say, you got the wrong guy. Why? I'm a Snivy, not a Kirby. JK. I'm neither one of those. It's hardly a challenge, Aunt Breath. Those guys don't even have feet to kick with. The rules are simple enough for even the bird to understand. Check out how many goals I've scored within the time limit. Okay, sounds pretty straightforward, so where are the balls? Park on the red switch to dispense the balls. Make them count by hitting them into the goal. Okay, so this is actually a perfect perfect for this particular thing. The cage match. Okay. Oh my god, back up! Okay, this is clearly not the right vehicle for this challenge. Maybe this vehicle is too chunky. So why don't we try a different vehicle? I know Humba Wumba has like a cage variant. Ah, here we go. Maybe this will work out better. We'll see. Yeah, I think this will work out better. There we go, that's one goal down. On to the next. As far as how many goals you need in order to get the trophy, your guess is as good as mine. I'm going to say roughly 10. I wish you could dispense more than one ball at a time, though. One thing to keep in mind is the more goals you attempt to score, additional obstacles may show up to try and hinder your progress. such as the grunty bots. They sure love to ruin your day. Your goal is to at least get 4 goals within the time limit, which you have way more than enough time to do just that, trust me. Especially if you manipulate the physics to your advantage. It's all about sheer force. If you're able to push the balls into the goal, then you're good. Just, again, the problem is the turning! Yeah, that was not even close enough. On my way, you stupid bull! I wonder why Big Butt doesn't have a representation here in Banjo Land. It's one of the most iconic enemies in the entire game. Ah. Okay, so you can dispense more than 1 ball at a time. Neat. I thought that was enough force. Damn it. I wonder how many balls you can fire out here at once. Now I'm curious. I know I should have just finished the challenge out, but considering that I just realized I can shoot more than 1 ball at a time, let's try 5 or 6. That works too. Okay, none of those balls went in. What the crap? Alright, let's get a few more out. Just need to turn, okay, thanks. Oh, thanks, Grunty Bot. Thanks for the hand, you jerk. That's kind of hilarious how they can sometimes help you. But you don't see that nearly as often as you should. I wonder how many balls it takes to get the trophy here. So far we gotten 5 balls in. What a load of balls. You serious, dude? Come on. Excellent. Looks like the goal requirement is 10. 10 balls. That's fine. I don't mind going for 1 more. Why go for 10 when you can go for 11? Come on, really? You know what? Screw it. I'll just give it a good whack. Boop! I win! And that's the game! Nice. Gotta love the multiple solutions to a single problem. Back of the net! A result like that deserves a golden boot, which I don't have, so take a bunch of other stuff instead. Thanks, I guess. Alright, on to the next challenge. One thing I kind of wonder is... I know there exists a part out there that helps you with locating Jinjos. Is there one that helps you with locating notes? If it exists, I don't know what the part is, or how to go about getting it. If anyone has any ideas, let me know. I would love to know myself. This place is a mess! I thought you were supposed to be the hired cleaner around here, Boggy. Well, I thought about doing it, but all the thinking tired me out. Could you take over? There's a jiggy in it for you. Why don't you get off your lazy butt and do it yourself? If this place has never had visitors, where'd all this rubbish come from? I have no idea. You need to get some of this trash into big bin bottles before Bottle sees it. Okay, pick up trash around the trash can, lob it inside. A vehicle that can lift objects into the air would be useful. Well, looks like we're going to be creating a brand new vehicle. So this is going to be interesting. Alright, let's get to work. Since we're going to be creating an air-based vehicle, we're going to need to make it as light as humanly possible. Okay, I think we just need a sticky ball. There we go, got the sticky ball. Having a sticky ball for a situation such as this is so handy. By the way, when you're making air-based vehicles, it is a really good idea to just use standard wheels. Either that, or use very high or high-standing wheels. Just so that, because for the most part, you're going to be flying around with the thing. You're not going to be on the ground like ever on the thing, unless, of course, you're landing, or if you're doing something very specific with it. Okay. Now we just need to add some engines. How about we make it look a little bit decent? There we go. Then again, I think they're facing the same direction. You know what, whatever. This is fine. Cosmetics don't really matter all that much in the grand scheme of things. Sure, they may look nice, depending on how you want it built, but we're building these vehicles for practicality, not so much for the looks. Just saying. Where are the propellers? There we go. By the way, in order to create a helicopter, you do need propellers, obviously, but you also need to rotate them so that they are facing upwards. And the blades themselves need to be facing up. Otherwise, you're not going to be going anywhere. Just saying. Alright, let's give this a shot. Let's see how this looks. There we go. So this is perfect. This is exactly what I'm looking for, especially when it comes to the sticky ball. Perfect. So upon sticking the object with the sticky ball, you can release said object upon attaching it just by simply pushing the same button it's assigned to. Alright, perfect. This is exactly what I'm looking for. I call this the sticky copter. If I can move right. Apparently I can't spell. But you get the idea. Let us start the game. Okay, that was a bit delayed. Up we go. Come on. Okay. Do the objects shrink when they reach the trash can? Come on. There we go. Just a little bit further. There we go. I didn't even think about this. I can just do this. Boop. Why didn't I just do that earlier? Just knock the whole trash can over. Oh man, this game is so much fun sometimes, I swear. Okay, that was something. Wowzers, this place hasn't been so clean since, well, it hasn't been so clean. Top marks, Banjo. Thanks. I did not expect that to work as well as it did. That wasn't even my intention. But hey, it worked! Man, I love doing that. Okay. Wonder what else I can find around here. I know there's still the matter of finding additional Jinjo challenges. And there's still the matter of finding additional notes, too. Speaking of Jinjo challenges, I think I've seen one right down here. Whee! This is a Jinjo hurling challenge. Ram the Jinjo to send him as far as you can and travel the required distance. You win a Jinjo token if you manage to do so. Julio. I've been reading the old stories about the fearless Jinjonaire. Let's play a game so I can be a fearless Jinjo too. Sounds fun. Only a very brave Jinjo would ask to be hurled such a distance. Give it your best shot. My courage is unassailable. Okay. Let's give this a shot. The meow. Okay, so the goal is 200 units. By the way, the travel distance of these guys is pretty damn slow. Like, you would think ramming them a certain amount would be more than sufficient, but no, not always the case. He did it! Here, take this. I'm done with it. I don't need such a flippery to prove my bravado. Is that even a word? Jeez, I thought I had broken English. And English is my native language. Okay. Nice flying. There is one other thing I haven't mentioned when it comes to the airplane controls, and that is you don't need to hold down the triggers the entire time to maintain your flight. You just have to do so. Okay, free achievement? Thanks! I did not expect that, but okay. As I was saying, when it comes to flying, you don't need to hold down the triggers the entire time. But you only need to hold them down if you want to accelerate fast and if you want to ascend. Otherwise, you can just let go of the trigger and let the game allow you to glide with the plane. So, that's something worth mentioning. Okay, let's see if there's anything else up here. I don't think there is. But it's always good to be vigilant just in case. That was unexpected. Was that supposed to be like a reference to Stop and Swap, like the ill-fated feature that went to die until the 360 release of Banjo Kazooie and Banjo Tooie, respectively? Hello? Whoop! Exactly what I wanted. Nice landing. Okay, screw it. Let's just bring everything to me. If I have to pick a favorite world for this game in particular, I think Banjo Land is it. I do love the fan service in this world. And I also love the melody that is used throughout this entire place, too. I love the different remixes used, for all the different Banjo Kazooie history and lore and things like that. It's pretty damn neat. At least I find it neat. Others may disagree, and that's perfectly fine. Let's see, anything else around here? Let me check this. These. 163 out of 200. I thought I had 163 last time. Maybe I had 140. I can't remember the exact total. You know what? Who cares? We got more notes, and that's all that matters in the end. Alright. I think that's enough flying around for now. We still have some other acts and stuff to open up. Alongside that, we also have some other things to take care of, too. By the way, if you're wondering how many jiggies you need in order to beat the game, you have to collect 75 out of 131 jiggies. Yes, there are 131 jiggies in the entire game, if you're wondering. Okay, I think that's close enough. Then again, the jiggy may go through the thing again. Alright, that works. Perfect. Very nice. Ooh, we can unlock another world now. Cool. So, remember that crane I was messing with earlier? Well, turns out we need to bring this globe to where we need to, in order to open up the next world. And you're doing good, so Humba gives special award and new blueprints. Coolio. What we got? Humba plane and Humba boat. Alright. Just got another delivery of new parts. And we have some more acts that opened up. Sweet. Okay then. Well, before we check out Humba's wares, I am going to open up the next world. After that, I think I may go into another act within the Logbox 720. Not too sure. How did that not bounce out? Physics! What the hell are those? Dude, out of my way. Okay, so... there we go. That's our next objective. Once you bring the globe over to the magnet, all we have to do is just drive over to where that crane was earlier. Once we do that, we'll just lower the thing inside and bada binga bada booma. Next world is open. If I can drive this stupid thing properly and not drive off a frickin' cliff! I don't think there's any sort of easy acceleration like in like... why did I say it like that? I have no clue, don't mind me, I'm going cuckoo crazy. What I'm trying to say is there's no ease of acceleration like any sort of simulation driving game like Forza or Gran Turismo. Just saying. It is an arcade driving game. Kind of like Burnout. There we go. I just noticed a crate in that cutscene. Definitely something I'm going to be picking up real shortly. Ooh. $83 jiggies, Jesus. Talk about overkill, am I right? Well then. Can I get on the thing? No? Ah, screw it. How are Banjo's bones not broken right now? Video game logic, that's how. Okay. Now, as far as picking up that crate from earlier, this is gonna be kinda interesting to figure out. Also, why the hell did I teleport all the way over here? What the actual flip game? Out of my way, you jerks! Stupid pigs. Oh my god, get up. How is that not high enough? Okay, there we go. Know that there's a crate over here. Yep, there it is. So, what do we have over here? Ah, here we go. Another Jincho ready for escape. Okay. Now the question is, where the hell is my car? Dude, where's my car? Alright, this is fine. I can just do this. I said I can just do this. Screw it. Okay, at least I didn't teleport that far off. Hop on, little buddy. Don't worry, everything's gonna be okay. Whoa! Funky physics strike again. I'll take it. Well, we might as well stop by Mumbo's Motors and see what we got this time. Hope I'm close enough to the thing. I am not. Screw you, game. You would think that being on the thing is what matters in the end, but no. Oh, folding wings. Nice. So, what folding wings are Well, they're very self-explanatory. They're wings that you can just push a button and they'll fold in and out. So you can convert a land vehicle to an air vehicle very easily. Although, are they really that good? Yes, actually, they are quite good. In fact, in my prior playthrough, they're some of my favorite parts in the entire game. But then I realized helicopters are OP, and then, yeah, they're not quite as good as I originally thought. But they're still good parts until we can eventually get our hands on a folding propeller, which, again, you can turn a land vehicle into an air vehicle, more or less, turn it into a helicopter at will, which is super freaking useful. You have no idea. And that's how we can truly make the APV an APV. Maybe I should have just used the transport, but then again, I don't think I could teleport the Jinja with me. Okay, thank you! Nice. Now then, I know there is a matter of getting down underneath of this part of town, which that shouldn't be too hard to do. Then again, I may not be able to access that area at this point in time, which that would make sense if I can't do that right now. Yeah, I don't think I can access that. Wait, my sensors indicate that your vehicle is ill-equipped to pass through this tunnel safely. That sounds like a rubbish excuse to keep us out, Monitor Mush. It does, but he does have a point. Even though technically speaking Banjo is immortal, you can still be temporarily knocked out, and that's kind of a bad thing. Kind of, but not really. But whatever. I guess it's not the biggest deal breaker in the world. Alright, Humba, let's see what you got. Medium ammo, give me everything you got. Ooh, monster wheels. Papery Pow. Ah, okay. Alright, let's go ahead and purchase everything we can. There we go. That's the entire stock. Perfect. Okay. As far as what we're going to do now... Well, there is still the matter of going to Act 3 of Banjo Land. In fact, that may actually be the best idea, the best course of action. Why? Well, I'm pretty sure Act 3 is going to be another Grunty fight, and upon defeating Grunty, or at least getting the Jiggy from her, we'll be able to get our hands on another vehicle part that will be super useful for navigating this place. We'll have to wait and see what happens, though. Up we go. God damn it. Whatever, no big deal. So long as we manage to get up here, that's all that really matters in the end. Okay. I guess I was wrong about the number of challenges here. You know what? That's fine. Let's go ahead and just do Act 3 of Banjo Land anyway. Might as well since we're here. Alright. Let's see what kind of challenges we got this time. Only one way to find out. Now that I think about it, I can technically turn this into like a multi-purpose vehicle if I wanted. Which, that may not be a bad idea. There, come to only fun spot in the whole stupid place! Tlungo and Blubber race on water while Boss not around. Want to join in? Sure thing, Klungo. Let's make some waves. I don't know, Banjo. You think that the water is regularly I don't know how to say that word. Whatever. Last work dodging race involves laps around the pool. But Banjo better not get seasick. So this is going to be one of those races where we need a boat. Interesting. Well, I technically have one with the trolley, but that's not exactly a boat, per se. So why don't we go ahead and select one of Humba's blueprints. Cargo boat. Not really something I need. Well, looks like I'm gonna have to make a brand new vehicle. Now that I think about it, it might be a better idea to create a hovercraft. So, why don't we go ahead and do that? It figures, I made a couple of vehicles to prepare myself for this session, and yet I didn't do enough preparation when I thought I did plenty of preparation. So lame. Alright. Let's get to work. Okay, air cushioning. Actually, we'll save that for later. Right now, we need some body parts. Whenever you're making like an air or sea-based vehicle, you'd want to use lighter parts as opposed to the heavier ones. Just so you can actually float with the stupid things. Okay. Okay. I know I've been saying that a lot here, and I apologize if I'm annoying anyone. Okay. There I go again! I need to remove that word from my vocabulary. I don't need wheels, but I do need some engines. I don't want to make too big of a boat now, but still may not be a bad idea at the end of the day. Fuel and medium. You would think that adding a fuel underneath the boat, under the boat's stern, would be a bad idea. Now that I think about it, I think it is. So let's not worry about that. Then again, maybe I don't need a... Okay. We can work with this. Let's try this and see how this works. Why the hell am I over here? I thought this would be in the water. No, of course not. That would be stupid. Alright. Let's try adding in the air cushions now, I guess. What's not attached? These. Okay then. This is a bit awkward, but I think I can make this work. Wow, this is a literal hovercraft, alright. More like a hover crap. Oh wow, this thing can fly? Eat. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Now that's more like it. So, when it comes to this particular vehicle, what I had in mind was, it's not really built for combat. It's more or less built to be driven around in the water. But, it can also be used on the land, if you really need to. I was going to use like 4 different floaters, but it seems to be perfectly stabilized working with just one, so why don't we just go with this and see how it'll work. By the way, when it comes to naming your blueprints and your designs, I don't think you're allowed to swear. So you can't call something like the ass-hat cannon or the twat machine. You can't do that, as far as I know. Then again, maybe you can get creative and get away with something naughty. I mean, Rare are pretty good at that. But even so, just saying, you are working with an online environment here, and that is something you need to keep in mind. Even if you're playing offline, it's still something to think about. Did the sound just vanish again? I swear, it seems like the sound is vanishing far more often than it should. Maybe there's just way too much happening on screen for the old Xbox One to keep up with. Good lord, imagine playing this on a Series X. I guess the console will literally shit the bed, being like, dude, you're playing the most powerful console on the planet. Why are you playing a game like this on me? It's like using the Elgato products on retro consoles. You don't do that. Believe me, I've tried. Numerous times. I've tried, but nothing seems to work unless you get something very, very specific. In which case, then and only then will it work. Although at that point it becomes super annoying to deal with from that point going forward. Ow. Okay, that was unexpected. Dude. How many laps is this? Okay, that was easy. I think most races are 3 laps. Then again, it could be due to length that determines the number of laps. So that's something else to keep in mind. There we go. Darrenberg go faster than Salty Hippo! Now Blubber cry like baby girl, but Bear still take prizes for winning. I gotta admit, that was rather fun. Even if it was what seemed to be a bit impractical. Just saying. Alright, on to the next challenge. What do we have up here? You would think they would put notes up here, but nope, I guess not. What am I thinking? Them placing notes in a place so obscure. Am I right? Alright, what we got? Hang on. What's wrong, Mr. Fit? You look like you've seen a ghost, or maybe just your reflection. That idiot Klungo left without switching on the security cameras! This place gives me the creeps at night! Help me out here! All the security cameras around the place will need to be switched on for the system to become active. Wait, what was that? Look, Bug Breath, you calm down if we trigger the security system. Why don't you... What... okay. I know, I just wimped out. Don't bite. Don't worry about it. Oh, Guess I'll have to do it myself. Good job. Don't worry about it, Mr. Fett. I'll be back. By that I mean we'll be back in like a few seconds. I just noticed a couple of notes over here and I wanted to get my hands on them before I even attempted the challenge. Okay, let's see. I think the APV is gonna be suitable for this challenge. And again, maybe I should equip the folding wings. Okay. So for this challenge, all we need to do is activate a couple of security cameras, which... Oh dear. Okay, that was not a part of the plan. I had no idea they could be easily knocked down and destroyed. Just like everything else. Damn it. So all we have to do is just activate 3 of the security cameras scattered throughout this entire place. Just be careful when attempting to activate the security cameras. If you happen to knock one down, then that camera, I think, becomes completely unusable. Okay. On to the next camera. That's 2. On to the next. Just got 1 more to go. Afterwards, we're good. We should be golden. Is the security camera under the bridge? Yeah, according to the radar it is. Oh my god. Activate the stupid thing, dude. There we go. Oh, thank God. I thought I was going to get screwed over by swimming controls of all things. Yes, the system is online and the grunt bots are legging it before the Showdown Town police arrive. Take this, Banjo. You saved Banjo Land. Thanks. Definitely well deserved. Good job. Alright, screw it. I'm gonna make the modification now to this thing. So, let's grab the folding wings. The thing about the folding wings is they are technically smaller than the regular wings. I think there is a button that you can push to mirror the wings or just mirror things easily, though I haven't figured out what button it is. Oh, there's a problem here. Oh, the wheels. I see. Okay, let's try putting them elsewhere. There we go. That should be good. Off to the testo track just to be sure. I feel like this vehicle's not too stable if you put it on the ground, though. That's the thing. Yeah, this thing is like way too high in the air. It also doesn't help that I'm only using 3 wheels as opposed to like the standard 4. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and add some. Actually, now that I think about it, I have some monster truck wheels now, so Why don't we use them instead? Actually, no. Never mind. Don't mind me. I'm going insane. Okay. Delete. Alright, let's add the propellers back in. There we go. Alright. One more. Maybe? And again, maybe it's not needed. So I think we're good when it comes to that. Give it a quick test run. Yeah, this is definitely a lot more stable. Oh yeah, that feels good. I definitely am a very big fan of this. So yeah, that's the thing with the folding wings. They are smaller than the regular wings, but you can't really work with them. More or less, you can't overlap parts and attach them to said wings, unlike the regular wings of which you can. So that is something to keep in mind. It is a bit of a trade-off that you have to... I almost just repeated myself, but you get the idea. I thought about maybe adding some other things to the vehicle too, just to make it a little bit better. Adding additional fuel might not be a bad idea. When is it not a bad idea to add more fuel? Okay. Another engine? Sure. Might as well make it go even faster! Make it the fastest flying machine in the world. Alright? Even if it looks ugly as sin, I don't care. Practicality is what matters in the end. Okay, how about grenade guns? Oh, I thought about maybe attaching the last grenade, or no, last egg gun here, but it is taken up by a propeller. Maybe I can still make it work with just 2 propellers. Let's find out. Yeah, it seems like this works pretty well. Not as well as having a 3rd propeller, though, but even so. Anything for practicality, am I right? Practicality and pure firepower. Nice bonk, I love it. Alright, let's go ahead and save it. There we go, perfect. Okay, on to the next major challenge. Hello? Hello, Jinjo challenge. I did not expect this. Hello, I'm not too sure why I'm hanging around here, but seeing as you're here too, might as well play some kind of massively dangerous game. Shall we proceed? What do you have in mind? Hungar, trying to dislodge me without blubbering over the side yourself. Oh, of course. Oh boy, this is gonna be something. You know what, let's just see what happens with the cage match. Probably not gonna end too well, but we'll see. Oh. Sometimes a defensive strategy is best. Where are you? Where'd you go? Of course. Yeah, this is not gonna work. We'll try a different vehicle. Maybe I need to make something less chunky when it comes to a cage-like vehicle. That would make a whole lot more sense. And if you're wondering if using the hovercraft would be a good idea, why don't we give it a try? I'm gonna say it's gonna be disastrous. You never know unless you try. Oh, damn. Again, just not enough force. Plus another problem too are the frickin' controls. It is so damn loose on this thing. Yeah, this was just a disaster. Screw it. Not exactly the best choice. Why don't we try this? Classic meow. If anything, I could always make another new vehicle that is similar to the cage match. Oh, come on, turn, you junk! You piece of junk! Oh, come on, he was right there, right off the damn edge! The problem with this particular challenge here is the Jinjo happens to be so damn round. One nice thing about this challenge, though, is that you are allowed to get out of your vehicle. Even if it's just to give him another frickin' love tap. Well, looks like we're going to be making yet another vehicle. Even though we're getting kind of close to the 3-hour mark now. Maybe I can try, this. Humba Heavy. Let's give it a try. Oh, come on! Oh my god, that actually worked! I am undone! Claim your prize, hero! Wow. I can't believe that worked. I'm really damn surprised right now. But hey! I'm happy that it got results somehow. So, as I was saying, I know that we're getting close to the 3-hour mark, so let's try to do this last challenge and see what we can do. If we can win, great! If not, then we can always do this another time. Log's Choice Challenge. Clock off. Great. You're still here, Goggle Boy? Isn't it kicking out time yet? Gosh darn it, the park's about to close and some of my employees still haven't clocked off. I can't go running around the floor like a common worker. Could you track them down on my behalf? Banjoland's about to close. Use our courtesy bus to round up the stragglers and reach the gate. Okay. that shouldn't be too hard to do, considering we are using a Log's choice vehicle. But it looks like it's not really built for practicality. That's the problem. The Log snake train. This is gonna be... woof. Alright, let's get to work. So the thing is, when it comes to this particular challenge is... Ow! Damn it, dude! That's just lame. We're gonna be working with like a train, like... Seriously, Mumbo? Why did you not hop in immediately? Is it because I rammed your ass? That's the case, that... Oh my god. Again with this crap. Oh boy, if the train flips, you're just grass. What an absolute piss. God, I hate vehicles like this so much. I think that's what the detacher is for. It's like driving a damn tractor trailer. In fact, I think that's exactly what this thing is. I'd rather drive a bus. Because buses are way easier to drive than something like this. Just saying. Oh, god damn the turning. Okay. This shouldn't be too bad, so long as we take the right path. Really, Blubber? You gotta be a jerk in the first BK, and you gotta be even more of a jerk here. What the actual flip? Oh, come on. You can't be serious right now. Okay, so... there's not enough seats for everyone. That makes 0 sense. Well, at least that's good to know. At least now I have a proper plan in place. That's the thing when it comes to this game. Sometimes you're going to be required to do a lot of trial and error, and several trial runs before you can figure out the best course of action. Especially when it comes to taking out your own vehicles and stuff. When it comes to challenges like that where you can use your own vehicle, sometimes you just need to play the challenge several times in order to get a basic understanding of what the hell it is the game is expecting from you. Ow. Come on, hop in, dude! Just because I wanted to take a damn shortcut down! Alright, fine. Fuck you. You're not working with me today, so guess what? You're fired! Alright, let's try again. Hopefully this time we won't be flinging anyone out of this damn vehicle anytime soon. So one thing I haven't mentioned yet is when it comes to the large passenger seats, we did get a couple of them earlier, but what I haven't mentioned about them... Oh, hello. Oh my god, fuck this. I'll just grab you. Okay. I thought I could just attach the stupid train. Why isn't there a select all option? We're just wasting time here. I don't like this. Fuck it. That's just not a good idea. We're not going to worry about the extra train. It would be nice to have, but unfortunately the detacher just simply does not work. Then again, maybe I'm using it wrong. Maybe I do need to detach the train. And that was just pure bullshit. Seriously, screw this frickin' challenge. Any challenge that involves the detacher is just asinine. If that's even the right term. Regardless, these sorts of challenges are just frustrating. Plain and simple. Get in. We got places to be in a very short period of time. Dude, come on, hop in! Jeez, how hard is it to get these passengers just to hop in? Also, Log, why did you design a vehicle like this? I mean, I get the fact that you're making a bit of a strange transport vehicle and all, but Jesus, flip, man. Making a flip. Come on! Oh my god. Okay. It's fine. I can still... Never mind! Apparently I'm not allowed to work with this. Okay. Grab Mumbo now. Hopefully, and still get him before the time runs out. Come on, hop in, you piece of shit! Come on, please make this... Son of a bitch. I'm not gonna make the cycle, I'm not gonna make the time. Phew! Fuck you, Blubber! Whew, that was way too close for comfort. Thank God we're done. Bravo! We made it! This calls for a party! All around my place for cranberry juice and a game of charades. Wait, 5? Whatever. We're done here. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna go ahead and deposit the jiggies. Then after that, we'll see what we unlock next. After we do that, then we'll call it a session for today, because sweet merciful Jesus, my brain has officially melted and turned into frickin' mesh. Is that even the correct term? I don't think it is, but at this point, I just do not care. Back up, dude! Come on! Oh, come on. Seriously, dude? Why are the police after me? I didn't even do anything, and yet the fuzz is wanting my ass dead. Whatever, screw them. Out of my way. Alright, done. Ooh, more special rewards. What do we got? High grip tires, some more balloons, medium fuel, medium ammo, and a liquid squirter. Don't take that the wrong way. Ooh, what do we got this time? Umba squirter. Don't ask. Alright, cool. I gotta say, today's session was pretty damn productive if I do say so myself. We definitely got a lot more done this time as opposed to last time for sure, where I pretty much ran around like a headless chicken. I mean, I'm still kind of doing that now, but even so, I'm just saying, this was a lot more productive today than the last session for sure. So with that, folks, I bid you all adieu for today. This is General Snivy with more Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you were able to attend the live stream live, thank you for attending. Next time, we're going to continue exploring the different worlds, collect more jiggies, complete more challenges, and just break the game that much more by breaking the physics in half like a freaking twig. Oh man, this game is so much fun. It really is, if you think about it. Yeah, the game is rough, but it's still a fun time, especially if you know how to break it in half. So again, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. See you all next time.